everyone, this is Tuesdays with Amber, but today it will be a Wednesday because I was just feeling really crappy yesterday, so I apologize, and I hope you enjoyed your Tuesday even without me. You had Bethany, so hey Beth. So this week's topic is my sewing machine. I'm sorry. Sorry, I left my sewing machine on. I've been making pillows, lots and lots of pillows, and selling them. So, anyway, scared me. Okay. Okay, this week's topic is, the word tranny and tranny chaser. So, I don't know that I will have a terrible lot to say about this, but I'll give it a shot. So there was recent, not really argument, but just kind of the issue was brought up, probably because I had posted the word tranny on Tracy's, I guess, description on one of her videos. And I probably didn't even notice that I was doing it or even think about it, just because I'm used to using that word. Now, I understand if that word would offend someone, and I don't have a problem with that, especially if you have past experience where it was used in an offensive way. But I think if you're coming to a source where obviously the people in that source are informed about the issue and, are involved in that community, it's really not necessary to get really offended if they use that word, because they don't mean it in a negative way, most likely. But, I don't have a problem with, refraining from saying the word. I understand someone who's a little bit offended, and I apologize, officially. But the reason that I do choose to use that word is, I've only ever used it in a very lighthearted way, in a very joking way. And, I've rarely had an experience where I've heard it in an offensive way. I know that it is offensive, though, and I know that it can be used, that word. But I'm the kind of person that I believe that, if you use words like that and make them your own, people can't use them to hurt you. You understand? I think that it's a little bit like, I never entirely understood this, and somebody else would probably say the same thing, it's a little bit like the N-word, If you're in that community, and you're part of that community, and you're involved in it, and you're informed about it, then you can say it. But if it's a complete stranger, coming up to you, hey tranny, it's kind of, yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, actually, the day this got brought up in my class, in my English class, there was someone, we were correcting sentences, and one of them was a very, very confuddled sentence. Something about I glanced up and saw both a man and a woman, and everybody was confused about the sentence, and we were supposed to correct the sentence, and the teacher was like, okay, we're not talking about, an intersex person or anything. This is kind of taken out of context. And then someone in the back of the classroom was like, yeah, we're not talking about, a transsexual or anything. And then the girl next to me, who I'm pretty sure knows I'm dating a trans man, because she asked me something about testosterone a couple minutes later, but she had said the word tranny. She said, oh, no, we're not talking about, a tranny or anything. And I kind of glared at her, and I kind of gave her a look, but I knew she didn't intend anything, venomous or negative by it. And she just, word popped out of her mouth. And I know she didn't mean anything by it. And she, I don't think she's an intolerant person. I don't think she has an issue. So, it's not the word itself. It's how you use the word and who you are using the word. I mean, Glenn and I probably use the word tranny 20 times a day. It's horrible. I make fun of him constantly, when I'm poking at him and I'm teasing him, I call him tranny, and, he calls himself tranny, and it's just meant as kind of a joke. And it's pokey. So, and if I use it, I'm sorry, I really am. I probably won't notice that I've used it, and by all means bring it to my attention if it bothers you. I'm used to that word. I guess I've gotten a little bit accustomed to it. So, the next thing to talk about is something that I'm a little bit, kind of on the fence about. The term tranny chaser. I've never met or seen one of these tranny chasers, but I've been called this. Not by anybody who means anything bad, by Glenn. Because I've said before, I have this weirdness that it seems every time I find a guy attractive, which I don't ever find men attractive, every time I find a guy attractive, like on TV or something, I go, oh, he's really cute, and he turns out to be a trans man. It's like some weird sort of, see, I can't say it anymore. I would say tranny sense in this situation, but I'm not allowed to say it. I don't know what happens. It's some kind of unintentional tranny chaser thing I have going on, and I don't have issues dating a trans man or a trans woman or anything, and I tend to actually very, very much get along well in that community. I really, like to be a part of it. So, but it's not a fetish. Like, I like transgender people, but the people who are termed tranny chaser don't tend to be people. They don't mean people who have dated multiple transgendered people. They mean people that really like transgendered people for some reason, and I don't know if it's a fetish thing or what, or if it's just interpreted as a fetish thing, because there was some kind of argument going on about tranny chasers among two trans men, and I had posted a comment that didn't get responded to about, well, maybe they were saying that I would never date someone who had dated a trans man before, and who I'd known had. And I was saying, well, maybe you should consider the other reasons this person may, prefer to date transgender people, or may have just ended up dating multiple transgender people. I mean, it's not just a fetish thing. I'm sure that people who have successful relationships with transgender people aren't as ignorant as people who seem to think that they're getting the best of both worlds. So I think that maybe there's other reasons, like maybe a level of sensitivity, or maybe an empathy for the community, and just maybe coincidence. Maybe you just kind of tend to run into those kind of people. I don't know. I think they're not looking at the broad spectrum of things, and I think the word tranny chaser has really negative, I guess, status right now, and it confuses me. It confuses me a lot, because I don't know where the hell I am on that scale. I've only dated one transgendered person, but like I said, I have this weird accidental tranny chaser thing going on, and I don't know what to do about it. But yes, I think that term is a little bit narrow, and I think there are many reasons that a person may have dated more than one transgendered person, and people who tend to be fetishists don't tend to actually end up in genuine relationships with anybody for any period of time. So, and if they do, then they're obviously with a transgender person that's okay with that, and that's their business. I don't care. But, and that's just all weirdness to me, and I'm sure that I've confused you guys more with my, circular ramblings about this, because I'm going in this little circle here, and I don't I don't entirely understand how to approach what I'm talking about. I probably should have planned this better. But I'm sorry for the late video. Leave me comments, discuss this with me, explain some things to me, tell me how you feel about it, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye.